The primitive gut is endodermal in origin. The gut formation takes place in the fourth week of intrauterine life and it is subdivided into foregut, midgut, and hindgut. Midgut in the adults extends from the opening of the common bile duct in the duodenum to the right two-thirds of the transverse colon.
In the development of midgut loop, it undergo rotation. The superior mesenteric artery form the axis of rotation and it divides into two segments, the prearterial segment and the postarterial segment.
The liver and suprarenal gland are growing simultaneously with the developing midgut loop. The small abdominal cavity cannot accommodate the growing loop, and the intestinal loop herniates through the umbilical opening. This is called physiological umbilical hernia.
The rotation of midgut loop occurs during the return of herniated intestinal contents back into the abdominal cavity. It helps to establish the definitive anatomical positions of the intestinal segments.
The midgut rotation begins at the end of the third month of intrauterine life.
Before rotation, the prearterial segment, the superior mesenteric artery, and the posterior segments lie in the vertical sagittal plane. The total rotation is of 270 degrees. The first 90 degrees occurs outside the abdominal cavity, whereas the next 180 degrees occurs inside the abdominal cavity. In the first 90-degree rotation, the prearterial segments move to the right and the postarterial segments move to the left. The prearterial segments elongate to form duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Second 90-degree rotation, during the re-entry into the abdomen, the duodenum passes behind the superior mesenteric artery and becomes retroperitoneal. The coils of jejunum and ileum also passes behind the superior mesenteric artery. In the third 90-degree rotation, the postarterial segments returns into the abdominal cavity. Now we talk about the clinical aspects. The anterior abdominal wall defects consist of omphalocele, umbilical hernia, and gastroschisis. The midgut rotation anomalies consist of non-rotation, partial rotation, or reverse rotation. Meckel's diverticulum, it is the remnant of the vitello-intestinal duct in adults.